A very warm welcome, students, in the another session of mathematics. Today I am going to discuss the remaining questions of exercise 17b, that is question number 15 onwards. I am going to discuss. Before that, I'll discuss the query of yours, that is question number 12. It's very disappointing, children, to see that although the question number 12 was so easy and hint is also given there, then also you are not able to solve it. Have a look on its solution firstly. Question number 12, they say in the adjoining figure ABCD is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram. Angle at A is 120 degree. If the bisectors of angle A and angle B meet at point P, show that angle APB is a right angle. See, student, now this angle A is complete is 120. This is the bisector, so this will become 60. As we know very well, the sum of adjacent angles of a parallelogram is 180 degree. This complete angle A is 120. Therefore, this complete angle B will be 60 and half of B will become 30. Now we come to this triangle APB. This is 60, this is 30, so this is going to be 90 degree. Let's see how we write the solution. I have written given and to prove. Now I write the proof for you. Angle A is equal to 120 degree. I multiply half on both the sides. So half of angle A will become 120 by 2. Name the half of angle A. So that is angle PAB. Therefore angle PAB is equal to 60 degree. Angle B is equal to, now I calculate, angle B is equal to 180 minus angle A. Reason we have to give. So we'll write adjacent angles of parallelogram are supplementary. Okay, so we'll write this. Therefore, angle B is equal to 180 minus 120. That becomes angle B is equal to 60 degree. Now again I multiply half both the sides. So half of angle B is equal to 60 by 2. Half of angle B is equal to angle ABP. That becomes 30 degree. Now which triangle I am going to consider? Triangle APAB. So we'll write in triangle PAB, angle APB plus angle PAB plus angle ABP is equal to 180 degree. Reason, sum of angles and property also you can write, and sum of angles of triangle, both you can write. So APB we are looking for, angle APAB is 60, angle PAB is 30, we calculated above. Therefore angle APB is equal to 180 minus 60 plus 30, that is equal to 180 degree minus 90 degree, that is equal to 90 degree. Therefore angle APB is equal to 90 degree. Proved. I discussed up to question number 14 with you. Now I discuss question number 15. The diagonal AC and BD of a rhombus. The moment they say rhombus, the properties of rhombus should click to your mind, that all the sides are equal, diagonals bisect each other at right angles, diagonals bisect the opposite angles, and many more. So what we have to prove? That we have to prove that AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square is equal to 4 times OA and OB square. So we'll use the properties of the diagonals of a rhombus. Let's see its solution. Let's see how we write the solution. So you can write given and to prove very easily. I'm not writing this, I'm leaving for you. I start with proof directly. So we'll write in rhombus, diagonals bisect at 90 degree. Therefore, angle AOB is equal to angle BOC is equal to angle COD is equal to angle DOA is equal to 90 degree. See, these all four angles are 90. Okay, so I have written all these four angles are equal to 90 degree. And what else we know? Diagonals bisect each other. So OA is equal to OC and OB is equal to OD. Okay. Now I consider a triangle AOB. See, this is triangle AOB. This is angle is 90 degree. The side opposite to 90 is hypotenuse, that is equal to the sum of the square of the remaining two sides. So AB square is equal to OB square plus OA square. Similarly, BC square is equal to OB square plus OC square. Similarly, CD square is equal to OA square plus OD square. And same way AD square is equal to OA square plus OD square. So I write all these four equations and sum all. So I have written in triangle AOB, AB square is equal to OB square plus OA square. Similarly, write the rest also. BC square is equal to OC square plus OB square. Now add all. We add all the equations. So what we'll get? AB square plus BC square plus the first equation is AB square is equal to OB square plus OA square that I wrote on the previous page. So I wrote it here for you once again. Plus DC square plus DA square is equal to OA 2 OA square. 2 is common with all. 2 OA, 2 OB, 2 OC and 2 OD. So I write 2 OA square plus OB square plus OC square plus OD square. 2 is common with all. So I have written 2 outside the bracket. As we learned previously that OA is equal to OC and OB is equal to OD. So I replace OC with OA and OD with OB. So 2 as it is. In place of OC I am going to write OA square, and in place of OD square I am going to write OB square. So what we get? AB square is plus BC square plus DC square is equal to 2 times OA square plus 2 times OB square. Again this 2 is coming out, so 2 into 2 will become 4 OA square plus OB square. So we get the answer line that AB square plus BC square plus DC square plus DA square is equal to 4 times OA square plus OB square. Hence proved. Now we proceed with question number 16. In isosceles trapezium, prove that the opposite angles are supplementary. We have to prove it. So it's very important to remember the properties of trapezium as well as of isosceles trapezium. So trapezium, the sum of adjacent angle is the sum of two adjacent angle is supplementary. Let's see how we do it. I have drawn a trapezium ABCD in which AB is equal to DC. So this is an isosceles trapezium. So we know very well the first property of trapezium, that the sum of two adjacent angles is supplementary. Angle A plus angle D is 180. Similarly, angle D plus angle C is 180. But it's an isosceles trapezium. AB is equal to DC. Therefore, their base angles are going to become equal. So angle B and angle C are equal. So in place of angle B, can we write angle C? Yes. So A plus E is 180. Similarly, in place of C, what can we write? Angle B, because B and C are equal. Therefore, D and B also becomes 180. Therefore, the sum of opposite angles of a isosceles trapezium is supplementary. Let's see its proof. So I have written, to prove angle A plus angle C is equal to 180, we have to prove that opposite angles are supplementary, and angle B plus angle D is equal to 180. What is given? It's given that it's an isosceles trapezium, therefore base angles are going to become equal. So firstly I am going to write angle A plus angle B is equal to 180. Similarly, angle C plus angle D is equal to 180. Reason: opposite pair of adjacent angles. But angle B is equal to angle C as base angles of isosceles trapezium, we can write in short tree AP, are equal. Okay. So I named this equation 1. This is equation 2. In equation 1, I replace angle B with angle C. So I replace it with B with C. Similarly, in the second one, in equation 2, I replace C with B. So we got the sum of two opposite angles is supplementary. We were supposed to prove angle A plus angle C is 180, angle B plus angle D is 180. So we proved that the opposite angles B and D are opposite, they are supplementary. Now we come to question number 17. In the adjoining figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. E is the midpoint of AB. E is the midpoint, so that means AE and EB are equal. CE bisects angle BCD. So this is angle BCD. CE bisects it. Therefore, angle BCE is equal to ECD. This is given. Prove that. So we are going to prove these three subparts. Let's see its proof. I have written the given. ABCD is a parallelogram. This is given. To prove, you can write off your own from the textbook. I start with a proof. So firstly, I am going to consider AB is parallel to DC and this CE is transversal. So these two angles are going to become equal. This angle and this angle are going to become equal. Why? Because these two are alternate angles. But this angle is equal to this. Okay, these two angles are also equal because C is the bisector. Therefore, these two angles become equal. This is equal to this, being an alternate interior angle. These two are equal because they are the C is the bisector. Therefore, these two angles become equal, that is angle E and angle C are equal. Therefore, EB, if the two sides of a triangle, in triangle EBC, if two angles are equal, their opposite sides are going to be equal. The therefore side opposite to angle C is EB and the side opposite to angle E is BC is going to be equal. I'll write this part firstly. See student, I have written the proof. DC is parallel to AB and C is the transversal. These two angles are alternate, but these two angles are equal. It's given. Angle BCE is equal to DC. It's given. Therefore, from these two, what we conclude, that angle BEC is equal to angle BCE. I just make a correction here. It is not DEC, it is DCE. So from these two we conclude that angle BEC is equal to angle BCE. Therefore, in triangle BEC, the two sides BC and EB will be equal because side opposite to equal angles are equal. But we know very well that BC is equal to AD, being the opposite sides of a parallelogram. Therefore, we concluded here that BC is equal to BE, that means BE is equal to AD also, and this BE is actually equal to AE because E is the midpoint. Therefore, AE and AD are equal. So I write here, but BC is equal to AD. Reason, opposite sides of parallelogram, and BE is equal to EC, not EC, sorry, AE. Reason, E is the midpoint. Therefore, A is equal to AT. We conclude from here BC is equal to BE and BC is equal to AD and A is equal to BE. So from here, from these three, we conclude that A is equal to AD. Now A is equal to AD. So in triangle ADE, if these two sides are equal, then their opposite angles are also going to become equal. So we'll write here, therefore angle ADE is equal to angle DEA. Reason, angles opposite to equal sides. But these two are alternate angles, so these are going to be equal. Therefore, these two angles are equal. This is equal to this because these two are alternate. This is equal to this, just now we wrote, because their opposite sides are equal. Therefore, these two angles are going to become equal. That means DE bisects angle AD and C. So we'll write, but angle AED is equal to angle EDC. Reason, alternate angles. Therefore, from above two, we conclude that angle ADE is equal to angle EDC. Therefore, if these two angles are equal, ADE is equal to EDC. Therefore, we'll write DE bisects angle AD and C. Okay. And in the third part, what we are looking for? We are looking for the measurement of angle DEC. So what I am going to write firstly, see, angle D plus angle C is equal to 180 because the adjacent angles are supplementary. Then I multiply half to both the sides. So this two angles will become 90, and then I take triangle DEC. The sum of these two angles is 90. So this angle is going to be 90. See how we write the solution. So now what I am going to write? Angle D. This is the solution for the third part. Angle D plus angle C is equal to 180. Reason, adjacent angles of parallelogram. Then I multiply half to the complete equation. So it will become half D plus half C is equal to 180 by 2. Half of angle D, we can write it as angle EDC, and half of angle C, we can write it as angle ECD, and half of 180 will become 90 degree. Now which triangle I am going to consider? In triangle DEC, angle DEC plus angle ECD plus angle EDC is equal to 180 degree. Reasons, angles are property. As the sum of these two is 90 from above, so we'll write angle DEC plus 90 degree is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle DEC is equal to 180 minus 90. That becomes 90 degree. So we have put this here and we have calculated the value of angle DEC. Now I discuss question number 18. PQ and P and Q are the trisection of diagonal BD. This diagonal BD is divided into three parts, that is BP, PQ and DQ. Okay, and that is equal the trisection point. So this is equal to 1/3 of BD. PB is equal to 1/3, PQ is equal to 1/3 of BD, and as well as DQ is also 1/3 of BD. We have to prove that CQ is parallel to AP. See student, what we are going to do in this? We know I have named the point of intersection of the two diagonals as O. OA is equal to OC as the diagonals bisect. Similarly, OB will be equal to OD. Then we will subtract DQ from both the sides. DQ and PB are equal because they are the 1/3 of the BD. So DQ and PB are equal, and OD and OB are also equal. Therefore, OQ becomes equal to OP as the diagonals. So now in quadrilateral APCQ, as the diagonals are bisecting each other, therefore this is a parallelogram, and the moment it is a parallelogram, AP is parallel to QC. This way we are going to prove. Let's see solution. Given I have written BP is equal to PQ is equal to QD, it's given that is equal to 1/3 of BD, and we have to prove that CP is parallel to AP. So let's start with proof. OB is equal to OD and OA is equal to OC. Diagonals of parallelogram Parallelogram we can write in short. This parallelogram. Diagonals of parallelogram bisect. Okay. Then what else is given? DQ is equal to PQ is equal to BP. It's given. So now what I do, from OB I subtract. OB is equal to OD. It's given. So from both the sides I am going to subtract BP. OB minus BP, and in place of BP what can we write? Can we write in place of BP, can we write DQ? Yes. So in here in place of BP I write DQ as it's given above. OB minus BP will give you OP. OB minus BP will give you OP, and OD minus DQ will give you OQ is equal to OQ. So we'll write now thus. In quadrilateral in short we can write QUAD and dot. APCQ. I am considering this triangle APCQ. In quadrilateral APCQ, OP is equal to OQ and OA is equal to OC. Therefore APCQ is a parallelogram, as diagonals are bisecting. Therefore APCQ is a parallelogram. Therefore CQ is parallel to AP. Now we come to question number 19. In the adjoining figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. It's given that it is a parallelogram. Diagonals intersect at O. EOF is drawn to meet AB at E and DC at F. Prove that OE is equal to OF. See student, for that we will consider triangle AEO and triangle OFC. OA is equal to OC. The diagonals of parallelogram bisect. These two are vertically opposite angles, and angle A is equal to angle C. Reason, alternate interior angles. Therefore under condition of angle, side, the two triangles become congruent. The moment they are congruent, OE is equal to OF. So we write the solution now. So we have given with ABCD is a parallelogram and OE is equal to OEF. OF we have to prove. So which triangles considering? We are considering the two triangle AOC and FOC. These two angles are vertically opposite. These two are alternate, and OA is equal to OC as the diagonals bisect. Therefore the two triangles become congruent under the condition of angle, side, angle. Therefore OE is equal to OF. Let's see its solution. In triangle OAE, and triangle OCF, first condition is angle EAO is equal to angle FCO. Reason, alternate angles. Second condition is OA is equal to OC. Diagonals of parallelogram bisect. third condition is angle AOE is equal to angle COF. Reason vertically opposite angle. Therefore, triangle OAE is congruent to triangle OCF under the criteria angle side angle. Therefore, OE is equal to OF. Reason CPCT. We come to question number 20 now. Each side of a rhombus is 10 centimeter and its diagonal measures 16. One diagonal is 16. Find the length of the another diagonal. I'll just frame an equation for you and you can calculate it easily. So we are given with a rhombus, each side measures 10. One diagonal is given you 16. So I consider the diagonal BD is given as 16. So half of BD will become OB, that becomes 8. So this is 8. This is also 8. Now I calculate the measure. I consider triangle AOB. This is 10, this is 8. Can we calculate OA using Pythagoras theorem? Because we know the diagonals intersect at 90 degree. So we'll calculate OA. The moment we calculate OA, we'll make it double. OA and OC are equal. So the moment we make the double of OA, we'll get another diagonal EC. So how we are going to write? OB is equal to half of BD, that is equal to half of 16, that becomes 8 centimeter. Now which triangle I am going to consider? Triangle AOB. AB square is equal to OB square plus OA square. AB square, that is 10 given us. OB is 8 square and we calculate OA square. This is 100 is equal to 64 plus OA square. So 100 minus 64 is equal to OA square. So this gives you 36 is equal to OA square. So we know very well 36 is a square of 6. Therefore OA is equal to 6. Therefore AC is equal to 2 into OA. So that becomes 2 into 6. That becomes 12 centimeter. Okay children, so this way I conclude exercise 17B. You solve up to questions up to question number 20 in your fair copy. Have a good day children. Take care.